To the primaries, the campaign season, the general elections. We're going to be having more and more and more of these conversations on Hard Facts with the men and women who want to lead Nigeria at all levels. My guest today is a presidential aspirant contesting for the nomination of the All Progressives Congress. Tein, welcome to Hard Facts.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Oh, working harder.
Lagos, of course. I'm sure you have a question for Mr. Jack Rich, and throughout the show, I'm going to be taking those questions from you as well. Now, let's start with a bit of introduction, Mr. Jack Rich. Tell Lagos who you are, tell Lagos your background, tell Lagos a bit about your track record.
Well, my name is Tein. I'm from River State in the south part of the country. And I've been in business for 24 years. I've been an oil and gas player. I started about 1998 as a service provider to multinational oil companies, especially companies operating outside the shores of Nigeria, and then I went into doing similar type of services for, Nigerian-based oil company called Shell. So I did a lot of, engineering work for them, provided a lot of manpower services and all this type of stuff. So I've been an upstream player. But prior to that, I also have worked in the oil field as an oil field, roustabout. I grew up from the rank of a roustabout all the way to a top mechanical, installation and hookup specialist. But before then, my story dates back to, my childhood when I lost parental care at the age of 10. About 1983 and 84, my parents moved, back to the village. And as a young lad back in the village, helping my late mom, who was, a petty trader, buying and selling tomatoes and all those type of stuff, I discovered that it got to a point that life became so tough for her because back in the days in the village, there wasn't potable water, no electricity, no medical care, no roads, From the city of Port Harcourt to my little village, we'll travel by boat for like 12 hours, because it's an ocean community it's a community in an island. And somehow mother took ill and, she was taken to the hospital, but, because there was no support, no money to pay a medical bill, and she passed away. So the the hardest part of life was for this little boy who was just 10. And what I was doing was just to survive, going fishing today, the next day, get back home, paddling canoe for like all through the night till the next day. And as soon as you're able to make some cash, you paddle back home and, sell, make some sales out of it and then help yourself through school. So I was in the village till I was primary 6 at age 15, And after primary 6, and I said to myself, listen, I need to get back to the city where I was born. So I decided to as a little boy, decided to join the boat. I didn't even have, no cash on me to pay for the fare. So I was just a little boy walking on the boat up until we got to the city of Port Harcourt. So when I got to Port Harcourt, I disembarked the boat and just went into the city. But, just hearing the sound of cars and seeing people around, I said, this is where I was born, and I think this is where I belong.
Okay, but let's talk about a bit of your track record, because if we wanted to talk about your, from when you were a child to when you were an adult, you gave us just 30 minutes. That's not going to be enough time to get into that. Let's fast forward to your track record, just a bit of that.
Yeah, so basically, having gone through the crucibles of life and all that, I was privileged to get a job. I was just one of those boys struggling in the city without, a sense of direction. And when, God remembered his son, I got employed, and from there I built skills. And my first employment was an oil and gas company where I was just trying to learn basic skills so I can advance my course and build up a career.
Is there any
And after
politicking in
those
that
skills were
CV?
acquired,
Is there any politicking in
no,
that
I mean,
CV?
no. So from there, I built up my vision to have special interest in the oil and gas. And having grown through the rank and file of the oil and gas and having established my own business, when I got into strong social intervention, helping communities and helping youth, providing scholarships and building infrastructure that is like a state of the art and all that. In the course of doing that, I realized, communities outside my hometown are also going through what my hometown went through and is going through. And the desire for a political office so I can have access to, a more, what I would call plenteous opportunities, a lot more was born.
Was that what made you decide to run for president?
Well, absolutely, because the opportunities to be able to give back to the country was born as a result of the desire to change the trajectory, because 2023 is a special year, and if you look at what is going on in the world today, you can see political leadership and economists are going through a lot of turmoil. So a do nothing scenario for someone like me to get involved in politics will be a major disaster. And I believe I can give back to my country with the enormous amount of experiences and knowledge base that I have acquired.
But none of that is political experience. So you could have decided to keep facing the challenges in the business world. For instance, you own an oil company. What made you decide to change directions and face the political challenge?
Well, basically my country, my country has given me the opportunity to be where I am. And the best way to give back to the country is to look at the needs that the country has and then ensure that I come on board and contribute my quota in terms of employment and policies to enable private sector growth, and also policies that will also enable foreign investors to come in and invest, have a safe haven to invest, and policies that enables me to collaborate with state governments in line with the economic plan and policies to grow our economy, because whatever happens in a particular state affects our national rating. And not only that, we have a surging population that is growing at about 2.5%, and that population itself accounts for over 78% of the entire population is within the young age of 15 and about 45. So it's a surging young population that we have to provide, a lot of employment opportunities for that population so we can have a safer environment and also a safer country.
Let's talk about how you're going to get it done, though, because apart from Olufalaye in 1999, every presidential candidate of a major party in the Fourth Republic has been a current or ex-president, a current or ex-vice president, or a current governor. And in large part, this is because political office holders dominate the party structures that control the delegates. So what's your plan for breaking that hold as a relative outsider?
Well, basically, I'm bringing to the table a special type of strategy that is outside the traditional political game changers or game movers. I'm a private sector operator. So basically what we are dealing with, what we're going to be dealing with in 2023 is a strong economic challenge. And you need an experienced industrialist who have gone through the crucibles of business and private life to be able to come in and take over leadership so we can create jobs. Creating jobs and creating the enablers to ensure that there is peace and all that has nothing to do with a formal senator or a governor. It has to do with somebody who understands the cutting edge human resource that will be able to take advantage of the opportunity that is available and then deal with the issues that is peculiar to the needs of the country. So I believe strongly that I'm bringing in a special skill set that the country really needs so that we can change the trajectory of the country and then move the country into an economic surplus where opportunities are made available for those who are dreamers.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, but that seems to apply to the average voter, but not the people who are within your party. Because again, I said that a lot of the political office holders dominate the party structures that control the delegates. Um, what's the strategy that you have for breaking that hold? Because again, like I said before, you are a relative outsider to politics and politicking.
Well, the delegates themselves, they are like you and I. They want a better life. They want an improved life. They want job. They have children that needs employment. They have kids that are going to school. They can't afford to get it wrong. So they've been voting in this same guy in and out and trying to, figure out how to get it right. But they're really not been able to get it right. So you need someone who is an outsider to come on board, who is an industrialist that understands what is called productivity,
How are you
that understands
communicating
how to
it?
pick up.
How are you communicating that with the delegates and the people
Well,
who they listen to?
I've, well, yeah, I've spoken to a couple of the delegates, and I'm also engaging a lot more. We're having a visitation tomorrow. We had one a few days ago, and I'm using the same medium to speak to them because the traditional model hasn't changed the game. So we need to change that model. You need an innovator, cutting edge leadership that understands the global happenings and understands that we must not isolate. We have to integrate within the global economic pool to have access to the right technology to grow the right know-how so we can create jobs and make our country safer and investment friendly. If you want to talk about large ticket investments in any country, you need foreign partnership. You need that collaboration. So you need those who have the technology and they have to trust you. So you need a president that has been there, that is doing it, that understands the language, so they can come in and roll in their billions of dollars and invest. Not only that, you need a president that can also work with state governments to understanding their economic policies and plan. So those key economic footprints can be established at hotspot to deal with the issues. I tell you what, a lot of time we blame the president, but the president is not the cause of the problem. The governors are the ones responsible. The president does not share from the IGL of those states. Neither does he award land, license or whatever. So we need a president in 2023 that understands this variable and that can also ensure that the governors also allow the local government to thrive. And then the fiscal, federalism that we also have is also enabled so that the local government will not be seen as what I call a dumping ground for lack of opportunity. So there are some local government chairmen, I tell you, that don't even see what comes to their state in terms of revenue.
Yes, but
So
before
we
we
need a
get to
president that can.
when we elect a president, first there has to be primaries, right? And your party, the APC, is obviously yet to hold their primaries, and there's been a lot of talk from within your party that there's a need to postpone. Meanwhile, INEC is saying that the date is unmovable. Is the APC adequately prepared to hold primaries?
Absolutely. In every big party such as APC will have challenges. I mean, it's part of the political code, But we don't have to make a lot of big deal about that. But I believe the party is ready and strong to conduct internal democracy in such a manner that the best will be given. Now you need to recognize that it's called APC, it's All Progressives Congress, a progressive party. So it's a party for people like Jack Rich, and it's a party for dreamers to realize our goal. So I believe strongly whatever you're seeing going on around is part of the flavor that a party such as APC, will have to deal with, and it builds knowledge and competence, and also that attraction for a lot more to come on board.
It's interesting you say that because I want to take you to River State. We saw reports yesterday of clashes at the state party headquarters. There's been a long running factional crisis in the state party, which even stopped the party from fielding a Guba candidate in 2019. What are the root causes of this crisis? What, in your opinion, needs to be done to resolve it?
Well, I think you're going to be having divergent interests when it comes to the serious party that is controlling the center. So I believe strongly whatever the issues are, they're going to resolve it. The party is pretty much united and strong. They are different interest groups and all that, but all these things are going to be worked out. The party has a structure. There is an appeal committee that is there. They're going to look at all these petitions, and I tell you, justice will be delivered.
Okay. Let me come back to your background of oil and gas. I want to talk quite a bit about the different problems in that sector. First of all, the federal government has been lamenting all year that oil revenue is down because of oil theft. What are the systemic factors that have made government unable to checkmate oil theft and have allowed it to grow to the point that not enough oil is flowing to fund the budget?
Well, you know, in every business, you have the interests, you have the dynamics, and you have the ups and downs, you have the technical issues and all the stuff in terms of managerial understanding and leadership. So this is not different. You know, we have a whole bunch of youths that need to be engaged, and we believe strongly that the federal government is putting a lot of infrastructure in place to address those needs. But I'll tell you what, 2023 will be pretty much, you know, more dynamic and innovative in the manner issues like this are addressed. I've got a lot of experience in dealing with stuff like this. Because in 2008 and 2010, we had similar problems, you know, and how the challenges were resolved. I'll tell you what was so unique that I was involved. I was, you know, on the front line of it, and we came up with several, you know, strategy, and we got it right. But a lot of these problems isn't the federal government. I'll be very honest to you. The operators are the ones who are licensed to deal with these issues.
Operators such as yourself?
Well, yeah, such as myself. You know, so the federal government is not the cause of the problem. So as operator, you have the license to operate, meaning that you have the financial, technical, and you know, relationship know-how to deal with the issues. A lot of these youths have been employed. And when you go to their communities and carry out activities and you pollute their land, they will agitate, will look for a compensation. And a lot of times, instead of dealing with the issues, they run to the federal government and complain. And then they create issues. So I believe strongly that the issues will resolve very, very soon. And the only way we can do that also is to create that integration within the operator, the local community, and you know, expanded stakeholders.
Is that what would
management process?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So the management process becomes cutting edge, and then you can deal with the core issues that, you know, the locals are talking about, and then the operators also need to be fair in the manner they address those social issues, because the time has changed. The operational methodology 25, 30 years ago is different from now. Now you're dealing with an era that, you know, you're a bunch of exposed young boys and girls. Communities are more aware. We are living in a smart age. Internet of Things is now the engine that is driving information and all that. So they know what you're doing in Europe. They know what you're doing in North and South America and all that part of the world. So they want to be treated fairly. So you also need to adjust your operational pattern so that you can, you know, capture a lot of this interest that is creating this agitation that is making us lose a lot of, you know, revenue.
What would you do differently if you were, well, let's say, what should the next president do? What should the next president do to tackle this problem effectively?
What I'm going to do differently is that I'm going to create that integration and ensure that our traditional and contemporary operational model fits, you know, the interests of the local people and also the environment. We also need to ensure that we reduce greenhouse gas emission by ensuring that, you know, a lot of these pollutions and all these stuff that really ravage a lot of these local communities are addressed. And also a lot of these equipments are really timed out, you know, and we need to address them and then taking advantage of the,
how will you address them?
How
will you address them? Because everyone knows they need to be addressed. The sticking point is always the how. So how will you address them?
So the first thing we're going to do is, you know, during my declaration, I talked about creating about 26,000 jobs in every local government area. And I also talked about investing within, 300,000, 150 to 300,000 naira per person. What we're going to do is to create job opportunity for these youths within these local communities. They go into strong surveillance and patrol. We train them to have skills so they can watch over the infrastructure and all that, identify leak points. Not only that, we'll also train them with certain type of technical skills so they become part of the operation technically. And then they have that sense of self-dignity and pride that they are also key stakeholders of the wellness of their environment and the growth of businesses and all that. So we will train a lot of these guys and letting them own up the process and then investing in them too so that they can, provide food on the table and also aspire greater high like I'm doing right now.
Isn't global best practice to use technology, not humans?
Well, that's what I talked about integration. Technology without the human involvement will amount to expression of technical rascality that I believe that won't lead us, too far. We deploy equipment, we deploy, human resources, and then also technology. The integration of these very sensitive methodology will go a long way to also assure the people that, listen, that they need jobs and they know their importance and they are part of the value chain.
Hmm. Why is that not happening right now? If you ask the current administration, they'll probably tell you the funds are simply not there, and Nigeria's fiscal situation continues to get worse and worse. So, considering our fiscal reality, where are you going to get the money from to do all of these trainings and get all of this surveillance equipment that you're talking about? All of these big plans you have, how will you fund it?
So if you measure the quantum of value that you lose, it's nothing compared to what I'm talking about spending. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you look at right now, if you don't do nothing, you deplete your reserve, you deplete your environment, and then you allow a lot of unemployment to surge because the population is also surging. And then you also, the ripple effect of that is that you have high inflation because um, demand will outrun supply, and not only that, your currency will continue to devalue, and then you are nowhere. So the best is to tackle it, take the bull by its jugular. So the best way of getting this done, I'll tell you, is to um, train a lot of these young boys who are doing nothing, and then spread them through this operational value chain, and you save a lot. You're gonna spend less than 10% of what you're losing right now to create that amount of employment and deal with the issues. And then your environment is cleaner, your reserves are safer, you're able to get a lot of value from what you produce, and your country rating goes higher as your credit also improves.
Okay, so I'm hearing something that sounds like a priority or something that the next president should prioritize. We've got 1 minute left from the time you gave us. So, what issues do you think the next president should prioritize? You've talked about this oil theft situation, you've answered that. Talk to me about other things you think the next president should prioritize.
Well, I think what I'm going to be doing in 2023 is creating massive employment. We have That's one of the smartest ways to deal with the social issues.
How?
The challenges in the northwest, which is banditry and kidnapping, will continue, and the farmers' headers clash is also there as a major challenge that we're going to be dealing with. The militia group in the northeast are also part of what we're going to be dealing with. And the agitators in the Niger Delta are there. We're going to deal with environmental
How will you create the
emancipation.
employment? How will you do it? That's what I want to hear.
So,
How?
yeah, so basically, first we have to train, we have to train a lot of these youths and let them have the requisite skills to be able to add to the value chain. Not only that, we will also invest a lot in building, local intelligence. It's part of the training of what I call community surveillance and all that, and border protection, border security through the conventional and the traditional model, making sure that the local communities, the chiefs, are all part of the value chain at the leadership level, and also making sure that we don't deplete our servicemen and women who are putting a lot of their time and still struggling to get things right in 2023. So that integration is going to be there. Not only that, we can't do all this without the revenue stream. And that is why I'm saying that as an experienced oil and gas operator, my strategy will be to plug those swarms, draining our ability to realize the revenue that we're losing, and then converting that into the development plan that I have, which is creating a lot of employment, training the youth, and also making sure that they're able to produce what we consume within the local environment, and then employing, technological know-how and training them with the right equipment so they can have to our national value.
What employment gaps do you believe exist in the value chain which youths can currently be trained to fill?
Well, basically, we need a lot of skills. For example, in the agricultural sector, as soon as we industrialize it, you know for sure what that means. Not only that, in services, we have a lot of skills that are required, and also in the production industry, we have a whole lot of skills that is required to go into manufacturing. So there are so many skills that I tell you that we will be training a lot of our young boys and girls to fit in line with our consumption demand and our unique needs.
Industrialization of agriculture and production for manufacturing require investments in electricity, also require a lot of infrastructure. Our infrastructural deficit at the moment is outrageous, and we're dealing with that alongside a fiscal reality that is a nightmare. How will you balance all of that? Because it's a tightrope to walk.
No, I tell you, if you look at the amount of energy that the oil and gas is currently losing, is a lot, because right now, when you produce the oil, you have gas, you have water, you have oil. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you flare the gas, that's a lot of energy that you lose, and you will still import the gas that we consume. So the strategy is that the gateway will be enabled, plug the swarm that is currently draining what we are producing that we're not seeing. And then the excess value of that is used to procure the right technology to industrialize the oil and gas sector also, so that we'll be able to, warehouse a lot of energy to supply those industrial value chain that we need in line with state economic plan. Every state in this country should be able to have access to, gas energy, so that you can have those hotspots and then produce the energy that you need. Decentralize energy production in such a manner that in line with your unique need, you can grow what you need and then, supply your market. Not only that, renewable energy is also important. So renewable energy from solar, wind and biofuel and all that biomass. You are based in Lagos, see a lot of those waste material that is just leaching everywhere. That can be converted into renewable energy. So that strategic integration of this unique value chain is what we will bring to the table. But the key catalyst is oil and gas. We have a lot of oil that we produce that is not seen, but because of a few technical challenges that the operators are struggling with. So my leadership will bring this to the value chain, and then we nip it on the board, and we'll provide the right technical solution that's my strong area, and we'll begin to see a lot of savings and gain generated from the oil and gas sector.
All right, let's leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Tein Jack Rich, for your time. Mr. Tein Jack Rich is a presidential aspirant contesting for the nomination of the All Progressives Congress. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Good luck at the primaries, and we hope that we see you again soon.
Thank you very much.
Lagos, I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. Let's take a break. When we come back from this break, we'll talk about the interview we've just heard. You will talk to me about what you thought about the answers from Mr. Jack Rich. I'm S. Ezekwesili on social media. Don't go away.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
They don't disconnect your line. Sake of say you not link your national identification number to your MTN number. Make you not worry. If you don't already collect your NIN, it gets some 5 easy steps. You go take reconnect them. 1. Dial *785#. 2. Text your national identification number NIN to 785. 3. Visit my MTN NG app. 4. Chat with Ziggy on top this WhatsApp number +234 903 300 0001 or 5. visit www.mtn.ng. If you not gonna get national identification number, just waka enter any MTN store or NIMC center wey near you, or visit the MTN website to book appointment. Make you do any of these things sharp oh. Opportunity still there now oh. Make I ask yourself, now wetin we dey do today?
Plenty people they do business, but not be everybody mean business. The people wey mean business, they no dey ever say no to money, cash, card, or even transfer. These kind ones, any business opportunity, then they grab up with them full chest. And then they chook eye only on top of this way make sense. Like the people, cash flow, and how every other thing take the complete. Not be say them only know what thing that they do. They know their numbers and the mean business. With the number, you mean business. Enter our website will be www.number.com to take it for start.
Empty wallet? Need a loan? Need vehicle financing? We've got you. Say goodbye to Sakba and step into the soft life with Creditville. Call us now
on 07000 330 330
or send a WhatsApp message
to 080 55 1010
to access loans up to 6 million naira. Let's help you finance that good life you deserve.
Terms and conditions apply. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest football fan festival in Nigeria is back. It's Goal Fest 2022. Featuring exhilarating games, food, comedy, live music by some of the best Nigerian music superstars. And you can watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Goal Fest 2022 will take place on the 28th of May 2022 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Amadu Bello Way, VI, Lagos. Time at 12 noon. Hurry now. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.goalfestnigeria.com. Goal Fest 2022 is powered by Football Republic and refreshed by Pepsi.
Life can be easier when you get help for your business. You go there sell more. Sending fulfillment. We go store your goods for you. We go pick and package it, deliver to your customers. Sending fulfillment. We will package for you. Sending fulfillment. Pick and deliver. Sending fulfillment. We will package for you. Sandy Fulfillment, pick and deliver.
Sandy Fulfillment enables online businesses to earn more, reach more, and grow more. Download the Sandy Fulfillment app today and let's fulfill for you. Sandy, do more.
Sis, what is it again? Oh, look at this blouse. It's lovely. Yes, it's a perfect color for your complexion. And when you step out in this air, heads will turn.
Want to buy it for me?
I want you to buy it so I can add it to what I'm buying on Jumia. That way, my order will be enough to have it delivered for free. Then you'll give me the money for the blouse. Shop on Jumia today and enjoy free delivery in Lagos and Abuja. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
At ShopRite, you'll find everything you need and more. Products like Power 475-gram pasta spaghetti at 349 naira 99 kobo, and Power 3-liter vegetable cooking oil at 4,999 naira 99 kobo only. Prices valid till May 22nd, 2022. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust always.
If you get business, Rain Money Business Loan sure. You don't go pay any money for the first 4 weeks. And once you clear the balance, your next loan will reach 99% more money with interest rate way better pass. Just enter internet, type rainmoney.com or call 0700 5500. Need money? Rain Money.
As a glamour, that stop in your tracks. 1 minute, you are lived to the fullest. And next, you are running for your life with your blood sister.
But no matter how far or how hard, as a man of God, can you ever outrun who you truly are?
Explore the drama, betrayal, and suspense of our stories in our upcoming films, Man of God, Blood Sisters, and Glamour Girls. Sign up on Netflix.com.
Hey guys, it's Simi.
Naija, stand up. It's Tein Makanaki.
All right, hello, how are you
it's your boy, brother Shaggy.
It's me, Mama G.
Okay, you don't link your NIN. Make sure you link your NIN with Glow today.
Dial star 109 hash.
Star 109 hash.
And link your NIN to your new or existing Glow number.
It's simple.
Make a construct it. 20,000 naira bonus after you don't link them.
20,000 naira for free.
Yes, so free.
What are you waiting for?
Grab a Masige hot.
Thank you, Glow.
Plenty people they do business, but not be everybody mean business. The people wey mean business, they know they ever say no to money, cash, card, or even transfer. These kind ones, any business opportunity, then they grab up with them full chest. And then they chook eye only on top of this way make sense. Like the people, cash flow, and how every other thing take the complete. Not be say them only know what thing that they do. They know their numbers and the mean business. With the number, you mean business. Enter our website will be www.number.com to take it for start.
No matter where you live, no matter how we be, I go always there for you. Anything where you jump or whatever you drink, oh, I cannot need it back for you. All I ask in return is that you treat me a little better with eyebrow. Toilet cleaner, my hygiene now your own. Oh, eyebrow. Toilet cleaner, it's a win-win for me and you. So make me win, no.
We need a Nigeria, we go work for you. We go work for me. We go work for everybody. Yeah, Muhammad Hayatuddin is competent. Nigeria. This is a call for peace, for progress, security, safety, and economic stability. Mohammed Hayatuddin for a better Nigeria and a Nigeria that works for all. PDP, power to the people. Mohammed Hayatuddin. Mohammed Hayatuddin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest football fan festival in Nigeria is back. It's Goal Fest 2022. Featuring exhilarating games, food, comedy, live music by some of the best Nigerian music superstars. And you can watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Goal Fest 2022 will take place on the 28th of May 2022 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Amadu Bello Way, VI Lagos. Time at 12 noon. Hurry now. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.goalfestnigeria.com. Goal Fest 2022 is powered by Football Republic and refreshed by Pepsi.
Housing is a long-forgotten issue for me. Ask me how. I simply embraced financial discipline and opted for a housing scheme that best suits my lifestyle. The Numero Housing Cooperative allows individuals, friends, couples, and you, yes you, in diaspora, contribute towards home ownership at a very convenient installment. To get started, please call us on 0702 500 0038 or 0702 500 0039. You can also visit our website at www.numerocooperative.com. No stress, no wahala. Numero Housing Cooperative, turning dreams into reality.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
But before we go on, Lagos, we've got some information to share with you. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
And of course, I'm Velvet Sandpaper. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. Have you seen, Blood Sisters, Well, of course, if you haven't, what are you waiting for? It's quite interesting. In fact, I've seen it myself not too long ago. And of course, we got the opportunity to see Ini Dima Okoje and Nancy Isime, two Nollywood stars, play the lead role of two friends, Sarah and Kemi. Now, the movie follows the story of Sarah, who is engaged to her quote-unquote dream man, Kola. Now, this man turns out to, I don't want to tell you what he does. But of course, despite Kemi's vocal misgivings, Sarah is determined to press on with the wedding. And of course, on the day of the traditional ceremony, tragedy strikes and Kemi accidentally does something. Now, I'm not going to tell you what really happens because if you ask me, thrillers are best when they aren't spoiled. So I won't tell you what happened, but just trust me, it's not what you expect. And it's quite action-packed and thrilling, all right? We get to see some of our favorite actors again. Of course, Ramsey Noah is there, and he dazzles as Uncle B. And, other actors that are really amazing. In fact, basically, the idea is Blood Sisters brings something to the table that we're not quite familiar with, we're not used to, and not to mention the themes now. We've got the themes of friendships. For instance, now we saw how through thick and thin, the two lead sisters, Sarah and Kemi, stuck together, and they kind of helped each other out, get out of a sticky situation. You find out when you watch the series. And of course, we saw themes ranging from sibling rivalry to the intricacies of family dynamics. Now, most families tend to look very normal at a glance. But when you find out what's really going down, man, it's not pretty at all. Well, of course, Netflix brings to you Blood Sisters, and they explored all these things for your listening and your viewing pleasure. So what are you waiting for? Get on Netflix now and watch Blood Sisters, one of Nollywood's best exports in recent times, for a chance to, finally get to see our favorite actors again and to learn from the life situations that it shows you. What are you waiting for? Get on Netflix and watch Blood Sisters. You definitely won't regret it. Velvet Sandpaper out.
Okay, Rubber Sandpaper. Thank you very much.
Velvet. Did you just call me Robert?
What did you say? Velvet?
Velvet.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Lagos 0700-993-993-993. We spoke with an APC presidential aspirant, Tein Jack Rich. He joined us on the show today to talk about why he wants to be president, what his priorities would be, how he would, tackle the priorities that he listed during the interview. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Hello. Thanks for calling.
Hey, my able president.
Good to have you on the show. What's your name, sir?
Special advisor, Chris.
Chris, welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. My problem is the party. That is my problem. Because with what I, go through for the past 7.5 years, I don't think I'm comfortable with the party. That is the thing. I don't know why everybody is going to this the BPC or the PDP.
Because these are the parties that have a national structure, and if you want to win a national election, you need a national structure.
That is where the problem lies. They have the national structure, they have the spread, and things are not working, President Sandra. That's my problem.
All right.
I'm telling you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Because all the time we tell people from the outside, join the political parties, take them over and run for office, But if we continue saying, I don't like the party that they're running on, which is entirely valid, but we look at all these other parties and we see that they simply do not have the national structure to win an election. They do not have the money with which to win an election. And Lagos, let me tell you, elections cost money wherever in the world that you want to point to. It costs bucket loads of money. It costs so much money. And the alternative parties simply do not have enough of it. And the major reason is that even though you say all the time, Lagos, that you want the alternative parties, you have not joined the alternative parties and you're not funding the alternative parties. And so they have no money to conduct a nationwide election in a way that can give the major parties a run for their money. Again, money. Money. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra. How are you? Alex here.
Alex, welcome.
Yeah, that was one of the most comprehensive 30-minute interviews I ever listened to. You did a good job. Now, Sandra, I think your guest spoke a little too much on oil theft and oil again, and too little on natural gas. He says he wants to, what's that word that they always use? He wants to give back to the society, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am currently running a project with natural gas to provide Nigerians more cheaper energy and cheaper fuel for their vehicles. Now, if you really want to give back to Nigerians, you don't need to be president in Abuja. You are in the best industry, right, to be able to give back and provide power, cheaper fuel for Nigerians. So when everybody comes and says, I want to give back, you have to situate yourself where you are most relevant. I think he will be better there, okay?
Okay.
The fourth thing I want to say, Sandra, if you listen to Rotimi Sankore every Friday, you will find out that he gives out real-life data. 13 million children out of school, child marriages in the north and different parts of the country, as a matter of fact, all of those things. I would like to see where we interview these people with real life, hard fact, hard data that someone like Rotimi spills out every Friday. You know why?
Why?
It doesn't. It wouldn't give the aspirants the opportunity to just run around the whole spectrum of fantastic ideas that will blow people away without really addressing the present, very real issues that are facing Nigerians. There are 13 million children out of school right now, and there are 47 million more who have never passed, adults who have never passed through the walls of a school. Those are things that we need to start talking about, asking them questions. How do you intend to solve these real life present problems? You did a great job, Sandra.
All right. We've got Alabi Jubril Adeola who says, most of his responses are vague. He's not telling us what we don't know. This throwing numbers of jobs to be created, he'll come back to tell us that job creation is not a function of government, that private sector needs to step up. He sounds like the others to me. Alabi Jubril Adeola on Facebook with that comment. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. Call us back if you can. We've got 2 minutes before we have to take a break, but not to worry. We're here until 6:30, so stay with me. You and I will keep talking. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
Yes, my name is Stanley. I'm calling from Ajaguri.
Welcome, Stanley. Go ahead.
Okay, in regards to the speaker, the aspirant that just spoke, I really like him. I think it's high time we give it a try. He is different from other people. I like the way he spoke and the facts he brought on ground and things he's going to do. But my challenge, like the last caller said, is in regards to the party. I don't think him getting the notch for him to come out as the flag bearer for APC. But I would advise Nigerians, if you can see, he's a different guy. I don't know his age, actually. But the way he sounded and the facts he brought that he would do, although I'm not too convinced, where I'm going to have an issue is the security level, because he didn't really expatiate more on how he's going to tackle the security problems we'll be having. Outside that, I think he's a nice fit for me. I wouldn't mind someone like him ruling Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling, Stanley. 99.3, hello. Sorry about that. All right, that's my cue to go to WhatsApp, but stay here because we'll keep talking until 6:30. All right, I'm here until 6:30. We've got this message here. Sandra, good evening. Mr. Jack Rich, the 2023 presidential aspirant on your show, is he a full Nigerian? Because I'm confused about his double foreign names. As for me, I will never vote for anyone with two foreign names. I'm Godwin from Obalinde, aka Info FM ambassador. See, this is why you should travel. Landlord, travel and sing. Because if you go to places like River State, even here in Lagos, people they answer Williams for Lagos now. People they answer Horsefall for River State. You go to Akwa Ibom, all the south is littered with people who have foreign names because people traded with the white men when the white men came and found Nigeria, found Africa. People traded with them, and so a lot of them had to take on foreign names so that they could trade easier. A lot of those foreign names are passed down generation after generation, so that someone has a foreign name. Is that really? Well, I mean, Americans use beer to decide who they will vote for. So people have their ticks and their quirks. Let's take a break. When we come back from this break, we'll keep talking about the presidential aspirant we just interviewed from the APC. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Empty wallet? Need a loan? Need vehicle financing? We've